In today's video, we're creating IMAG Fx in Notch. Welcome back to the Hype School, where we help you level up your live event production workflows. Following the success of our recent Notch Particles video, we thought we'd keep up the momentum in Notch and take a look at how to create some camera effects. Throughout this video, you'll hear me use the terms camera effects and IMAG effects interchangeably. Let me clarify for those who might not know. IMAG is an industry term used for the screens on either side of a stage that provide a better view for those further at the back of the venue. IMAG stands for image magnification. While IMAG screens function to enhance the visibility, video designers often use them as extensions of the onstage screens to create a cohesive look and feel throughout the show. One great way to bring show graphics out onto your IMAG screens is to create complementary camera effects, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. Enough of the theory, let's jump into Notch and see how this is done. To start off, we're going to need some footage to test our effect with. If we're working for an artist with an established show, getting hold of a record is probably going to give you the best chance of creating an effect that's going to translate well onto stage. However, I appreciate that's just not always possible, so for this tutorial I'm going to grab a clip that I've downloaded from Storyblocks to test with. For Notch to be able to display, we're going to need an Image 2D node. Let's parent that to the root and add our video into the input port on the bottom. If we press play, we'll see a video playing in the viewport. Next, let's go to the Nodes panel on the left-hand side of the screen and look for the Post Effects category. There's a huge number of post effects ready to go out of the box within Notch, and you can get a good overview of what each one does in the manual on the Notch website. Adding an effect to your layer is as easy as dragging into your node graph and parenting it to the root. As a reminder, you can press Ctrl-R as a shortcut to add that parent link. If I add something like a VHS blur, you'll see that we can degrade our footage and make it look much older just by adding that node. You can add multiple post effects at once, but it's important to note that the nodes have a stacking order, which means they're processed from top to bottom in the node graph. For instance, if I add another node with a distinct function like the dot matrix node, you'll see that when the dot matrix is higher in the node graph, it gets processed first with the VHS blur added afterwards. Swap them around and you'll see the much cleaner circles from the dot matrix node as it gets added after the blur. So you can see that choosing your stacking order is almost as crucial as selecting the nodes themselves. Because of this, it's often useful to enable and disable a node to see its effect within the node graph at its position. You could right-click, select disable, and then when you finish checking, re-enable it. However, there's a much faster shortcut that can help you with this. Ctrl-1 on your keyboard will toggle a node's active state, allowing you to quickly enable and disable it to A/B the effect it's having on your scene. Whilst we've barely started, we hope that understanding that stacking of post effects can lead to pretty endless possibilities in terms of the look that you can create. But what if you want to split your post effects across your image? For that, we're going to have to look at a few more nodes. The first one I'm going to show you is the video null. The video null takes a copy of the video signal in a very performant way. Passing my test video into two video nulls will be much kinder to your graphics card than asking Notch to load that footage twice. I can press Shift on my keyboard and double click the video nulls, and you can see a low-res preview of the image inside. What we can do now, instead of parenting our post effects to the root node, we can parent them to the video null and then apply different effects to each copy of the source video. Let's get rid of the VHS blur and add a different effect to the second video null. I'm going to choose an edge detect layout. If you want to do some more detailed work, you can click on your video null and check the preview in viewport box. This will route that processing chain to the viewport for you to make changes to. For example, I might change the blend mode of the edge detect node that I've got attached to it. Just remember to uncheck the box when you're done. Now that we have two processing chains, we can't send both of them to an Image 2D node's input. You'll see that when I add the second one, the first one is released. So let's create a second Image 2D node for our second processing chain. With everything connected up, you'll see that the Image 2D nodes have a stacking order too. With the lower one in the node graph sitting closest in the Z order, i.e. it's going to be on top. Next, let's create a matte using a fractal noise node to reveal our first processing chain. Connect it to the alpha image input on our second image 2D node, and you'll see that it creates an animated and artful blend between our two processing chains. As much as procedural, there's no issue going back to the effects applied to either of the video nulls and updating their parameters, or even swapping them out completely. And if you've got a node that you want to apply globally, then you can still parent them to the root nodes in order for them to affect everything. Something like a colour correction works well like this. Let's add one to the root and we can make some hue and brightness changes to lift up our look a little bit. Right, homework time. The real depth in these techniques is found by exploring all the post-effects nodes available to you within Notch. Not all of them work well together, and understanding the kind of effect that you can expect from each one will allow you to be fast when you need to be. Why don't you have a go at splitting and blending different effects, and then head over to the Hive School Discord and share with us some of the weird and wonderful effects that you've created. If you haven't joined already, the link to our Discord is in the description. It's a growing community where you can ask questions you might have about this tutorial or any of the other topics we've covered on the channel. Before we end this tutorial, I think there's one more technique that we should look at. Let's start a new Notch layer so that we can start afresh. I'm going to add in my test content again, but this time, instead of creating an image 2D node, let's add a clone to image node. Your video loader attaches to the image node input, and we're going to need some 3D geometry. So let's add a shape 3D node and parent this to the clone to image. The standard sphere is fine, but you can choose any primitive. This should now be working, but our image is squashed from 16:9 into a square. In the clone to image node, let's increase the image scale X parameter by 1.778. This isn't just a random number. 1.778 is the ratio between the long side and the short side of a 16:9 image. We went into more details on aspect ratios in the direct mapping video for disguise that we made earlier this year, but perhaps we need to cover this subject on its own. Now we've increased the width of our cloner, everything is looking a lot less stretched, but you'll see that the gaps between our spheres are much wider horizontally than they are vertically. This is because just as the cloner was set to square, so was the number of clones. Let's multiply the numx clones parameter by 1.778. This gives us 113 clones on the X and 64 clones on the Y, making the grid a uniform spacing. Finally, and this is the magic of this cloner effect, increase the clone offset by brightness parameter. This moves the clones on the Z axis based on their brightness level, making this camera effect look really 3D. We can see exactly what this is doing if we orbit around our viewport. That's it for this tutorial on camera effects. We hope you've enjoyed patching along with us, and if you feel like we've earned it, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss future Notch videos. As I was telling you during homework time, we've recently launched the Hive School Discord community, and we'd love for you to join us where you can ask questions and talk with other like-minded creatives. We'll see you next time.